Join me as I dive into the inspiring success stories of billionaires, and let's challenge ourselves to find the one that resonates with us the most. Because behind every billionaire fortune is not just money, but a story of perseverance, failure, and unshakable determination. We often think billionaires had it easy, but the truth is many of them started with nothing. No wealth, no connections, just a dream and the resilience to keep pushing forward. These stories are proof that greatness is within reach if you're willing to keep going when others quit. Let's start with Walt Disney. Today, Disney is a global empire worth billions, but Walt's early life was filled with failure. He was fired from a newspaper job for lacking creativity. His first animation studio went bankrupt, but he never gave up. He kept building, learning, and imagining. Eventually, he created Disneyland, a dream people laughed at, but one that became one of the most successful entertainment brands in history. The lesson: failure doesn't define you, persistence does. Another powerful story is Steve Jobs. He co-founded Apple in his garage, but years later was forced out of his own company. Most people would have walked away in defeat. Instead, Jobs started new companies, learned from his failures, and eventually returned to Apple. His comeback sparked innovations like the iPhone, which changed the world forever. His journey shows us that setbacks can be setups for a greater comeback. Then there's J.K. Rowling, the author of Harry Potter. Before becoming a billionaire, she was a single mother living on welfare. Publishers rejected her manuscript 12 times, but she kept believing in her story. That one yes changed her life and inspired millions of readers worldwide. Her story proves that perseverance, even in the darkest times, can turn passion into prosperity. Mark Zuckerberg's journey is another reminder that success is rarely linear. From his college dorm room, he created Facebook. Along the way, he faced lawsuits, criticism, and doubts about whether the platform could last. But Zuckerberg stayed focused, refined his vision, and built one of the most influential companies in the world. His story shows that big ideas often face big resistance, but resilience can turn them into reality. Now, let's talk about Thomas Edison. He failed over 1,000 times while trying to invent the light bulb. But Edison never saw them as failures. He famously said, "I have not failed. I've just found 10,000 ways that won't work." This mindset of persistence is exactly what separates the successful from those who quit too soon. One of the most dramatic stories is Elon Musk. Today, he's known for Tesla and SpaceX, but there was a time when both companies were close to collapsing. In 2008, Musk had spent nearly all his fortune trying to keep them alive. SpaceX failed multiple rocket launches. Tesla was almost bankrupt. Musk admitted he had to borrow money just to pay rent. Yet, he refused to give up. When SpaceX finally launched its first rocket successfully, it saved the company and changed the aerospace industry forever. Musk's story shows that risk, resilience, and vision can turn the impossible into reality. But Musk isn't the only one. Howard Schultz, the man behind Starbucks, grew up in public housing, his family struggling to survive. When he pitched his idea of premium coffee, investors laughed at him. Who would pay extra for coffee? But Schultz believed in his vision and pushed forward. Today, Starbucks is a global giant with thousands of stores worldwide. His story reminds us that sometimes your vision will only make sense to you until you prove it to everyone else. Sara Blakely is another incredible example. With only $5,000 in savings, she worked on her idea for women's shapewear. Every manufacturer she approached rejected her. Nobody believed her product would succeed, but Sara refused to quit. She kept knocking on doors until one said yes. That persistence turned Spanx into a billion-dollar brand and made her the youngest self-made female billionaire. Her story shows that innovation plus determination can open doors that don't exist yet. And we can't forget Jack Ma, the founder of Alibaba. He failed his college entrance exams twice, and out of 24 people who applied for jobs at KFC, he was the only one rejected. But instead of giving up, he kept learning and adapting. He launched Alibaba from his apartment, and today, It's one of the largest e-commerce platforms in the world. Jack Ma's story proves that rejection doesn't mean you're not capable. It means your path is different. So, what do all these stories have in common? Resilience, determination, vision. These billionaires faced rejection, financial struggles, and failure, just like the rest of us. But instead of quitting, they used every obstacle as fuel to keep going. Here's the truth. Success is never overnight. It's a long road of risks, rejections, and repeated efforts. The difference between those who make it and those who don't is persistence. So, ask yourself, which of these stories speaks to you the most? Is it Walt Disney's creativity, Steve Jobs' comeback, J.K. Rowling's perseverance, Elon Musk's relentless risk-taking, or Sara Blakely's innovation? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to know which journey inspires you. And don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the Wealth Shift TV for more inspiring videos. Because your own success story is waiting to be written.